please get yourself a bottle, which is very rare for me to do. Goodness, is this one of the best unique welcome back everyone to another video. In today's video I have super long lasting fragrances for women. Of course, if any gents are watching, I do actually have a few unisex ones here as well, so there will be something for everyone. And again, as you guys know me, like I do a mixture of designer up to niche, so there will be literally everything for everyone here. If you guys are excited, please like and comment down below, it massively helps. I know a lot of you also quite enjoy a long lasting fragrance as well. And before we get into it, some of you also ask me sometimes like where I get my jewellery from. So typically I do wear a mixture of vintage jewellery as well as like more modern jewellery, as you can see. But recently Italo Jewellery actually got in contact with me, and I'm super excited for this collab because they have some really beautiful pieces, and I'm actually wearing two of them today. So the first one that I'm wearing, I just thought it was absolutely stunning. I love opals anyway. In fact, I have a vintage ring, which is like an Art Deco ring from the 1920s that has real opals in it, and it's like almost like a rose gold color, whereas this is a yellow gold mixed with white sapphire, which is just absolutely stunning. Plus the great thing about it is actually it's quite a vivid yellow gold, so if you guys are into more yellow gold as opposed to like a rosy or even brassy gold, then I think you'd really enjoy this. And what I love about it is obviously the opals aren't real, but the white sapphires are. They might be lab grown, I'm not entirely sure, but they are beautiful. Like under the light they sparkle like there's no tomorrow. It's really stunning. And what I loved about this piece in particular, if you guys can see, is it's like a vintage style, and that's what I love about Italo Jewellery. Even though they are a modern company, they do still have this vintage style of jewellery, which is sometimes quite hard to get. I won't lie to you, like they have Art Deco style of jewellery pieces. My ring finger, we have like this beautiful knot style, again with this opal and then the white sapphires as well. And it's in this really heavy yellow gold plated style, and then it's, and because it is a little bit wider and it's a little bit more distinct, I think this by itself is just like a statement piece. Like you don't really need to add anything into layer with. Let's just show you guys a better picture of how it was delivered. So anyway, they're doing a massive deal at the minute, so if you are interested in jewellery pieces, definitely give Italo Jewellery a go. So now that I feel really put together and beautiful with those pieces, I'll now move on to some super long lasting fragrances for you guys. So the first one will not be a surprise whatsoever. So I have Cairo from Penhaligons. Now I know this is a massive love for a lot of you out there, and it is for me as well. In fact, the first time that I ever smelt this, I thought, my god, I need it like ASAP. In fact, I just bought it then and there, which is very rare for me to do. So Cairo is predominantly a really heavy rose, woody, slightly incensey type of fragrance. And what I love about it is it's heavy but without it being super cloying. So this layered with other rose fragrances is just stunning. Like I tend to layer this with Taillis from Ormonde, and what I love about it as well, it has this really gorgeous note of saffron in the beginning, and the saffron gives it like this slight spiciness but without it overwhelming the fragrance. Super spicy fragrances can come across a little bit unwearable, especially for us women as well. Like I tend to find sometimes it can go a little bit more masculine, whereas this one is just a beautiful concoction of spice, of floral aspects with the rose, and then this woody, oudy kind of undertone in the base. It doesn't have real oud, but it has like this oud accord with the cypriol, and overall it's just a stunning fragrance. Like I know a lot of you will know this one already, and genuinely, like if you do want something super long lasting, this will last you for hours on end. When I do mention to people do not overspray it, I literally mean only a few dabs and you're good for the day. It's really that long lasting. And I think as well, I know a lot of you will know this, but there tends to be a difference between projecting and long lasting. Just because something is projecting, it doesn't mean that it will last a very long time, whereas something that is longer lasting tends, and this isn't always the case by the way, but tends to have a naturally higher oil concentration, or notes that do tend to last a little bit longer even if they are synthetic. So again, just because something is longer lasting, quote unquote, it doesn't mean that it will project. So I just think it's like good to clarify that from the offset. But anyway, if you do want to smell gorgeous, really approachable, and almost, I would say, statement worthy, try Cairo from Penhaligons. So now moving on to a super iconic fragrance. This is from the house of Dior. All of you guys will know this one already. This is Dior Addict. My god, now when we talk about vanilla fragrances or white floral fragrances, this is probably one of the best that you can get on the market. This is like really uber sexy, very mature. So if you're not into like white florals in general, then I don't think that you'd enjoy this, because it does have of jasmine, orange blossom. The orange blossom, I would almost argue, is probably the most prominent of all of the white florals in here, alongside this really beautiful decadent vanilla. Now the vanilla, sometimes it can go either way. To me, this is more like a vanilla syrup. It's very rich, almost has like this like tonic vibe with it as well. And then on top of all of this, what I find really interesting is you have a big note of tonka. And tonka, I've explained before, like if you've ever actually tried tonka, if you've halved it, and it sounds really bizarre, maybe one day, guys, I will show you like these different notes as they come, and maybe that will give you like a little bit more information or inspiration. But tonka is almost a little bit similar to almonds, but I would almost go as far as saying a bit creamier and nutty in a way, sweet, buttery. It's absolutely gorgeous. So if you are fans of tonka or like nutty fragrances, I think this one has like a really nice balance of that alongside this really smooth sandalwood in the base. So overall, I mean, this is really addictive anyway. This is very mature with the mixture of the white florals, the vanilla, the sandalwood, and overall, when it comes to nighttime fragrances, I think this is one of the best long-lasting designer fragrances that you can get. What's a real shame about it is over the years, I mean, it tends to happen anyway. It will happen just with the IFRA regulations, but it will get reformulated. So actually, one of the people who I know off Instagram has like the old, I think it's a 2004 version of it, and my god, is he one lucky man. Like, I really wish I was him right now, because that original formulation must have been out of this world. I mean, this as itself is really gorgeous anyway. Like, I don't think you really have anything quite like this on the market, but I would really imagine when it first got launched, my goodness, it would have been so delicious. So anyway, from Dior, we have Dior Addict. Now moving on to a fragrance which unfortunately is discontinued. Now, I don't typically like to feature these types of fragrances, but my goodness, is this one of the best unique style of fragrances that you can get on the market with this type of note profile. And I thought to myself, do you know what, it's super long lasting. Like, my goodness, like when you spray maybe just even a few sprays, it will last you from day till night. You don't even need to wear it like on an evening. You can just have it, spray it in the morning, and then towards the evening it will still linger on you. So this is from the house of Loewe, and this is called Cielo, Sobre la Plaza de Orient. My lord, if you can get yourself a bottle, please get yourself a bottle. In fact, I've really tried my best not to spray this too much, because I'm really worried that it's just going to go down and I will forever lose it. So this is a really interesting fragrance. It's a mixture of all different types of notes. So in the top you have a really big note of ginger mixed with this really beautiful blood orange. And whenever I explain the blood orange, it almost feels like the blood orange has been macerating in this really dark treacle substance. Like, it's really a rich treacly type of fragrance. It also has cocoa in here, which is quite interesting. So it almost gives like another layer to the fragrance. It adds like this powderiness, again, this almost gourmand vibe alongside the fruitiness in the top and the ginger. The ginger in here is beautiful, by the way. If you do like a little bit of spice, something a little bit fizzy in the top, then I think you'd really enjoy this. But the best way that I always describe this, it's almost like you have blood orange that you've just peeled, and then alongside with it you're having manuka honey. It's like quite rich, it's treacly. I would almost imagine like you can have this maybe with some dark chocolate shavings in a weird way because of that cocoa note. It's a beautiful mixture of amberiness mixed with spice and then mixed with gourmand notes. So I would almost say this is probably a little bit more winter leaning as opposed to spring or summer. So it might not be relevant for this time of year, but for anyone who lives maybe on the other side of the world, if you are getting more into the cooler months, then I think you'd really enjoy this. And I have noticed, by the way, that on some international websites you can still buy this fragrance. I wouldn't necessarily recommend to blind buy. You know me, guys, I don't really recommend that at all. But if you are interested in it, then I would definitely recommend to sample it first if you can. And as I said, from the Loewe line, this is probably one of the best. As I said, probably one of the most sophisticated gourmand ambery-ish style fragrances that I've tried in a really long time. So from the house of Loewe, we have Cielo, Sobre, La Plaza, Dior. Now breaking it up with something which is a really big love of mine, and I don't actually talk about it too often, which is a massive shame because I know it does get a lot of love in the fragrance community, and I actually do prefer the extrait or like the more intense version of this, and it does last a little bit longer, but this by itself is super long lasting. So this is Mon Guerlain from Guerlain. Now a lot of you guys will know that this is quite a sweet fragrance, so predominantly it's a lavender vanilla fragrance, and I find it really funny because I really love the Libra fragrance from YSL. In fact, I really love all of the Libra flankers as well. But I always thought for a very long time that they got inspiration from this one because this one did so well. I do think that they got some inspiration from that. And then you also have Burberry Goddess, which again is a vanilla lavender style of fragrance. So it just comes in cycles, doesn't it? Like with all of these fragrance houses, they always kind of copy off of each other or get inspiration from each other, which is never a bad thing. Like if a particular fragrance does really well, then they will start doing something quite similar. As I mentioned, Mon Guerlain is predominantly a lavender based fragrance mixed with this really intense vanilla. Now I would almost go as far as saying it's really intensely sweet. The intense version is even sweeter than this and it almost has like a little bit of a plasticky rubbery tone to it, whereas this one I would say is a little bit more heavier on the vanilla as opposed to like this rubbery plasticky kind of feel to it. It's really beautiful fragrance. It also has iris in here, and the iris is a little bit lipsticky in this one, so I wouldn't go as far as saying it's buttery. I would almost go as far as saying it's a little bit more powdery and lipsticky. So although it's a really sweet and almost like modern fragrance, it does have a little bit of a vintage vibe to it because of that iris. And then in the base you also have a really nice mixture of licorice, sandalwood, and I tend to find a lot in Guerlain fragrances, the sandalwood can become a pretty big main player. I mean, we can look at Samsara, for example, others from various different lines, and you know, that always has a bit of an influence on the powderiness and like the woodiness in the fragrance. But you know, whenever I describe this to people, I just say to them, can you just imagine like lipstick mixed with lavender that's just been completely doused with a vanilla extract? That's basically what this smells like. It's really beautiful, ultra feminine, and I recommend it to everyone. And as the whole video purpose is, it's super long lasting. So again, I mean, I would say it actually projects quite well as well, but on your clothes and on your skin it does tend to last quite well. This is an older bottle, so maybe they've reformulated it since then. It might not last as much nowadays, but it is a super long lasting fragrance with it being designer. So anyway, from the house of Guerlain, we have Mon Guerlain. Now I'm going to be ending off the video with two niche fragrances, both of which are probably one of my most favorite fragrances out there. So the first one is JTC 400. Now I know a lot of you guys have been with me for quite a number of years now. I think I started YouTube back in like 2019, 2020, which is just absolutely crazy to even think about that. But a lot of you have bought JTC 400 based on my recommendations, and still to this day, I absolutely love it. I would almost go as far as saying it's probably one of the most unique fragrances I've tried. It's a real interesting one because it's a mixture of floralness mixed with amberiness, mixed with some other components in here as well. So I'm just going to give it another sniff. Wow, this is so interesting. I'm just going to spray. In fact, I don't need to spray because I know, you know, never ever script any of these videos. Sometimes I will write the odd word here or there, but this is completely unscripted. So this is just going off of my own feelings. But this to me is like a very rich orange peel mixed with manuka honey and then coming across with like this bitterness in here as well. What's really interesting is that I don't think jasmine is actually listed in the notes for this fragrance, but I get this really weird fermented white floral feeling to this fragrance, and I don't know where that's coming from. There might be some white florals in this fragrance, like there might be some orange blossom that's going alongside this super intense orange peely type of note. But then the star player for me has always been the honey. And this honey is like a rich Manuka honey, similar to actually like the Loewe fragrance that I was showing you guys. You know how I was mentioning that it has like that treacle essence to it? You get something very similar to here. It's quite heavy, it's dark, but then in the top it's quite refreshing with that like orangey fruity opening. You also have ylang ylang here. Now ylang ylang, whenever I've described that particular floral note, it's almost a bit honey-ish. So it's like a mixture of banana and honey. That you can imagine just the combination of everything. You have the honeyness, you have, if that's even a word, probably isn't, the ambriness, the floralness, just everything going on in this fragrance is absolutely divine, and that's what makes it super duper unique. When I say it's long lasting, I really do not joke around. I actually say to everyone, please do not overspray this because it will literally cloy the whole room. 3 or 4 sprays max will take you again from the morning until the evening. And what's lovely about this one, it does project quite well as well. So on top of it being long lasting anyway, it tends to project. So if you've never tried it from Xerjoff, definitely try JTC 400. Now, just to end off this video, I'm going to include one of my most favorite fragrances from my most favorite house, which is Ormonde. A lot of you guys will know this already. I have Vanille des Afriques. Now, I just want to say straight off the bat, this is long lasting, but it doesn't project very well. And I think the reason why it is so long lasting is because of the high natural oil content in here. As opposed to it projecting really well, dispel that myth. Just because a fragrance has a high oil concentration, it doesn't mean that it will necessarily project. I tend to find a lot of synthetic notes project better than they do the natural notes. So just keep that in mind, guys. But this is really long lasting, 10 to 12 hours, which is really good considering that this is a little bit close to the skin. So this is, as you guys know from the name, is a predominantly vanilla-based fragrance. Now you have a mixture of Madagascan vanilla and bourbon vanilla, which is just heaven in of itself. But when I describe this to people, I think they're really surprised because I think whenever we anticipate a vanilla-based fragrance, I think automatically we just go to gourmand. Whereas this one is not a gourmand fragrance at all. It's not cakey, it's not sweet, sugary in any type of way. This is just elegance in a bottle. The vanilla in here is almost a bit buttery. And then on top of that, you have a massive note of orris or iris. And the iris in here plays like a little bit of a trick on your skin. It goes lipsticky, powdery, but the overall theme in this is butteriness. This is super buttery, underlying sweetness from the vanilla, but it's not potent. It's not like sugary sweet. It's really, really beautiful, and every time that I've sprayed this, I've always got lots of compliments. And as you can see, I've really been trying to savor this travel size as much as possible. I've already told you guys like a couple of stories of when I have sprayed it. People have literally stopped me and said, I need to write down what that fragrance is, which I think is a massive compliment. Saying out of all of the vanilla fragrances on the market, this is probably the most sophisticated and mature of all of them. Almost has like a little bit of a vintage type of vibe with the orris note, and it also has carrot seeds and other notes in here as well. But overall, when we talk about vanilla, when we talk about sophistication, this is it in a bottle. So anyway, from the house of Ormonde, if you've never tried it before, definitely give it a go. This is Vanille des Afriques. So guys, that is it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed. As always, if you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe down below. It massively helps with the channel. And I'm really excited for the next videos that I'll be doing. So keep tuned and I will see you soon. Bye guys.